Azubuike, at least at the outset. Azubuike and Toppin to tip it off, and it's Kansas ball.
Remember, in the first game of the season for Kansas, Duke doubled the post. Every time the ball went inside, Duke threw a double team, and Kansas did not handle it particularly well.
Dotson is fouled.
Spectacular on the defensive end in this tournament.
Perimeter defenders you will see anywhere in the country.
He's played 2 games here in Maui. I've not seen him out of his defensive stance one time.
And Dotson, who's averaging almost 18 points per game and is an 89% free throw shooter, gives the Jayhawks a very early lead. Really 2 point guards out there for Dayton in Chapman and Jalen Crutcher. Chapman the kick. And a wide open corner 3 for Trey Landers.
Trey Landers coming off a great game in the semifinal against Virginia Tech. But Marcus Garrett was guarding Obi Toppin to start. Toppin's going to try to take him down into the low post.
And Toppin is guarding Azubuike at this end. Interesting, Mikesell out on more of a perimeter guy in Marcus Garrett. And a soft touch there, and the soft Maui rims come into play again. Dotson puts the Jayhawks back on top.
Those Kansas big guys set good screens. There are going to be some openings.
Ryan Mikesell slips, but got rid of it in time. And here's Crutcher. Nice look. Pass. Yes.
What a great pass from Jalen Crutcher cross court. That's why you have 2 point guards on the floor, and there's the value of it.
Crutcher, a junior, the team MVP a year ago. Chapman, a transfer from Chattanooga, a redshirt junior. Ochai Agbaji, no, but David McCormick, emphatically yes.
McCormick set a great ball screen on the side. Just picked off the defenders, Agbaji, and nobody there to block out McCormick, who's also had an excellent tournament.
Dotson Gamble doesn't come up with a loose ball. Toppin was open for a moment on the baseline, didn't get a pass.
This is a very good passing team. Dayton, they average about 21, 22 assists per game.
Shot clock is at 3. Mikesell. Yes!
I'm telling you, Dan, this is a complete basketball team.
Yeah.
It is not just Obi Toppin and 4 other guys out there. These guys can play.
We have talked about it over the course of the 3 days. We've had all 3 of their games. They are deep. Everybody's got a role. Everybody embraces their role. Garrett driving too strong off the glass.
Great defense by Trey Landers. Notice how he's played off of the high post big guy.
Chapman with a floater. And Azubuike down with the rebound. A good pace here at the outset of this game.
Dayton is not going to guard the high post.
Agbaji wide open for a 3. Long rebound to Dotson. Inside, Azubuike had Chapman on him, and you know what that means.
Right, Crutcher was on McCormick, Chapman on Azubuike, and Kansas smart enough to get the ball inside and take advantage of that size difference.
Well, let's get this out there early. 3rd game in 3 days with this kind of a pace, and these are incredibly well-conditioned young athletes.
Take away vision, and there's no way you can't ask a little guard to try to front the post and sit on his leg, all the stuff you tell a player to do when you're talking about Chapman versus Azubuike.
A lot of switching by the Flyers. Toppin switches on to Garrett right now. And they go inside to Azubuike again. And he scores over Landers. The Dayton bench is incredulous that Azubuike didn't get called for knocking him down.
The double came a little bit too late. If you're going to bring a double, Mikesell came over to double. You got to bring it right away.
How do they get Toppin some touches?
Give him the ball.
Sometimes it's just as simple as that. He kicks it out. Landers.
Great passing.
Crutcher for 3.
That's fantastic. I mean, Toppin goes down to the low post. He's so unselfish. Passes it out, and then the extra pass, which is the right pass.
Over the top. Azubuike again.
You know, Dan, the only way you can take that away is you have to put pressure on the passer. If the passer can just straight line throw it in there without turning his back or having his vision taken away, Kansas is going to get that all game long.
Dotson comes up with a steal, and Chapman
in the paint. 8-0 in paint points because they're getting the ball inside to Azubuike and McCormick.
And again, Chapman to the bench with a couple of fouls. Ibi Watson has come in for Dayton, a transfer from Michigan, who's had a couple of nice games. Azubuike going right at Toppin. Toppin down with a rebound.
Toppin not fouling, but still challenging.
Wayne Cohill into the game as well for Dayton. As Crutcher couldn't finish, and back comes the blur known as Devon Dotson. And they're going to go right inside every possession. Toppin strips it from Azubuike, who gets it back.
Azubuike brought it down.
Garrett the drive. No. Wow. Bill Self wasn't kidding when he said this is 4 different positions as well. The junior from Dallas. Tough could it be on Toppin at the offensive end that he has to guard such a big guy on the defensive end?
That's a great question, because it's going to take something out of you would expect. But Toppin's in great shape.
And you going with smaller matchups on top, and it was Garrett. Now a switch on to Moss and a foul.
Boy, they brought a lot.
He played it at the beginning of the game. Just a minute and 21 seconds for Chimanga in the game to pick up the 3 fouls. And if that's
and keeping it tighter, it's a much better looking stroke.
1 of 2, Mikesell the rebound.
Well, let's see if Dayton can get the ball to Obi Toppin. If he gets it in the low post, at least when he gets doubled, they got an opportunity to play out of the double team, because he's a good passer. Here comes the double. He should dribble out of it.
Azubuike, the guy coming over to double. Mikesell couldn't get the shot off. Watson will. You won't get a more wide open look.
I think it's good for Dayton. Get the ball to Toppin and let him play out of the double team. He may not score, but it'll open up something for a teammate. He's such an unselfish player.
Look at the three-point shooting for the Flyers. 6 of 9 from beyond the arc. And Aruna's pass goes astray, but we've got a Azubuike who split a pair just a few moments ago. What a tip by Agbaji, and a fresh possession for the Jayhawks. Dotson. Remember, Dayton playing a long stretch here without one of their most important players. Rodney Chapman picked up a couple of fouls. Mikesell no. And our first chance to mention Christian Brown today as he comes down with a rebound for Kansas.
Mikesell didn't get that shot, but man, he ran the floor.
Another tip, but it's going to be Azubuike over the back. Good ball for the players, the coaches, and the officials alike.
You need 3 green berets to ref this game.
Again, Agbaji is on top.
Kansas switching those exchanges out top.
And they're doing a better job of getting the ball to him. Waiting for the double team, finding the open man. Watson again, but not this time.
Boy, great play to split that double by Toppin. And an outstanding pass. But Kansas is really running this ball screen continuity well.
Travel on McCormick. First turn.
Mikesell with the ball out top. That's drawing McCormick away from the basket.
Jerry Matos, redshirt junior from the Dominican Republic, into the game, number 31 in red. Watson kept the feet down. Mikesell with a drive at McCormick, and will bank it in with a left hand. A strong drive to tie the game.
Really good adjustment by Dayton to take McCormick away from the basket. That means you're going to have to double often with a smaller guy on Obi Toppin if he gets the ball inside.
5 ties and 8 lead changes already in this game.
In the country, we mentioned in the last game, Philip Petrusev of Gonzaga, their leading scorer and rebounder, and Peyton Pritchard of Oregon, one of the best point guards in the country as a senior. I'm not sure anybody in the country has played more minutes over the last 4 years than Peyton Pritchard has, if you're right.
Cohill drawing the assignment of Dotson right now. We are tied at 27 in what has been a great almost 13 minutes here in the championship game of the Maui Jim Maui Invitational. Ochai Agbaji no. And Azubuike another foul. It's a huge loss, needless to say, for the Jayhawks. Azubuike to the bench, likely for the rest of the half. Silvio De Sousa makes his first appearance in the game. And Chapman is back in with horrible. So let's see what De Sousa can do on the inside. Obviously not quite as big as Azubuike is. He's going to go to work on top, and that's.
I would keep Mikesell way outside and pull DeSosa as far away from the basket as you can. Make him double little on little.
I know we've said it before, but it's crazy. He has not taken a shot in the game. He has played 12 minutes, no points, no shots.
Well, he's been doubled every time he touches it.
Mikesell, wow, met at the rim.
94 feet the other day. That's a gigantic confidence builder for any budding star.
Well, all the analytics suggest just that.
No question.
Mikesell wide open. He can shoot it. Misses left. Moss off to Dotson, and here he comes. McCormick back into the game. Mikesell's given up a lot of size, and McCormick turns it over. Travel on McCormick.
That's why you have to. I think you have to play behind the Kansas big guys. If you're in front of them, they can throw over the top. Play behind them, make them make a play. Got a switch now. Dotson on top and out top.
Top of the handoff to Cohill. He was open for a moment. Now he's got it. Puts up a three, and it's an air ball.
Well, his rhythm has been affected by all the defensive attention that he's gotten.
Abaji, too strong. Rebound down to Matos, and now Dayton looking to push. Mikesell, top in, and he's on the board.
Boy, what is legit, man. This is a really good basketball team.
Picked third preseason in the A-10 for what it's worth, behind VCU and Davidson.
Now, I've watched every one of Kansas's games this year, either in person or on tape. And this is the best half I've seen Kansas play.
Well, their compete level has been great, and you know Bill Self told them in the locker room before the game, boys, if you're not ready to compete, you're going to get beat here. Like you said, they had to come ready for a fight today. Shot clock at 2. And a violation. Shot clock.
McCormick, the bigger defender, and he just slipped over in that left corner. That was a big part of that possession, but excellent defensively by Kansas. And really, it's been all game long on the defensive end, the half court.
Neither Devon Dotson nor Ochai Abaji has come out of the game yet for Kansas. McCormick. Over Toppin, too strong. Rebound Mikesell.
Smart play by Toppin. Just make McCormick, make him catch it off the block, and then make a move over you. Don't give anybody an angle to the basket. Any of these Kansas big guys.
Look how far out Abaji managed to push Toppin, who's thinking about driving him, instead a step back three. Boy, you tip your cap on that. What are you going to do with that?
That's why you got to get him the ball. Let him post wherever he wants to.
He's got their last 7, which is all of his 7. And Devon Dotson to the rim again.
Just so quick at turning that corner. Push off. That was a push off.
Kansas comes down with the ball. Garrett, nice look ahead. Dotson up for a 3.
They were worried about the flop rule. The referees don't call the push offs.
Ibby Watson. How big of a factor does this guy look like he's going to be for the Flyers this year?
He's just a big-time shooter. And when he has his feet set, you got to make him put the ball on the deck. When he's got his feet set, he can drill it.
3 threes, 11 points off the bench for the transfer from Michigan.
Boy, these screens are hard, man.
Garrett knocks down a 3. Not his specialty, but it brings Kansas back within 1.
Every time Kansas sets a screen, that guy stays screened here.
Watson misses the front end. Dayton playing much of the half without Rodney Chapman, saddled with a couple of fouls. And Kansas playing the last several minutes without Udoka Azubuike. He's got a couple of fouls.
Kansas, I've never seen Kansas screen better. These big guys are picking people off.
Dotson knocked away by Mikesell. Dotson gets it back. And good help coming down to make a play, Trey Landers. He's not shy, and he is confident right now. He's shooting it well, and he thought about it, but instead will have a timeout taken by Anthony Grant.
Picking the draft, and wherever you put him week to week, I mean, that stuff's all great, and I love it, but it doesn't matter because the draft's not till June.
But in your mind, a lottery pick.
He's going to be a lottery pick, no question. I think he's top 10.
Deep one for Crutcher. Brown down with a rebound. They did try to go 2 for 1, but they didn't convert. Abaji using the screen from McCormick. Oh, top in. Woo-hoo. Now do they hold it? They won't. Watson will take it and miss it. And it's out of bounds.
Give your shot blocker an opportunity to block or change that shot. Ultimately, you have to let Toppin touch the ball here.
Coming up to set a ball screen. They get a switch.
Do it again.
Yep. Got to get going now. 3 seconds. Three-pointer. Not there. Potentially capable of slowing down Devon Dotson.
Well, he's in the best position to do it. He's their best individual defender at the guard position. But he'll be able to go full speed without concern with his 2 fouls.
Dayton won this title back in '03. Kansas has won it a couple of times, including the last time they were here. Mikesell trying to turn the corner. Azubuike's got 2 fouls. Landers shot fake, step in, no. Garrett down with a rebound.
Dayton is going to try to move Azubuike all over the floor and make him guard ball screen.
Oh, boy. And Dotson threw a pass to Garrett. Garrett wasn't looking, and Dotson somehow raced back and caught the deflected pass in the corner and stayed in bounds.
We had barely any turnovers in the first half, and the second half starts off shaky.
Over the top. Azubuike can't handle the pass.
It's just little 4 to 5 ball screen there to be able to turn the corner and then lob it up.
Boy, is Garrett a good driver.
Kansas is just able to get middle drive after middle drive. A lot of it's come off ball screen continuity stuff.
And Jay, that maybe Dayton's going to force the issue and try to get the ball inside more to Toppin.
They have to. I mean, and there are not a lot of options off the bench. Kansas has not had a point scored off the bench. It's all been Dotson and Azubuike.
Landers left alone, buries a 3.
And that's Azubuike being on a string out there. Dayton is going to try to move him around at every opportunity to get him guarding on the perimeter away from the basket.
Isaiah Moss, grad transfer, 3-year starter at Iowa. Now here for 1 year with the Jayhawks. Garrett with another drive and another finish.
Not bad defense there by Trey Landers. It was just really good offense. Garrett went right into his chest and still completed the play.
Garrett with the last 7 for Kansas going back to the first half. 9 on the game. So he sits down with 4 less than 2 minutes into the half. And a freshman, Tristan Anaruna, comes in. And right away, Toppin goes to work.
Right into his chest. Went up so quickly, Azubuike couldn't get there to block the shot. Now here's the ball screen continuity game.
Abaji for 3. Yes! Tough shot.
Well, he let that go with confidence. Bill Self has been all over him to not guide the ball. Don't aim it, just shoot it.
Chapman into the hip of Azubuike, who swats it away.
Terrific shot by Ochai Abaji, who is, I think, butting into a star caliber player.
Agreed. Dotson, nice look. And Aruna wide open. Yes! A lot of upside for the freshman from the Netherlands. And with Garrett on the bench, Aruna may get some big minutes here.
Great pass.
And another foul.
Yeah, just really good adjustments by Dayton.
And he knocks them both down. We told the story the last couple of days, but for those who don't know, a late bloomer, a late growth spurt. Toppin was 6'2" as a junior, 6'5" as a senior, 6'8" in prep school, 6'9" now.
Into a personal battle with Devon Dotson instead of just playing the situation.
So Chapman out for Dayton, Garrett out for Kansas. Dotson blocked by Toppin. 5-on-4 Flyers.
Toppin's wide open.
Mikesell inside. Count the basket.
Line drive and a fantastic block. It's a good thing that Toppin didn't clip his fingernails before the game.
Azubuike, big size advantage on Mikesell.
Really good defense by Dayton. Smart.
Baseline jumper. Dotson, what a game he's having.
And what a move. Another little crossover to get past Landers, who's an excellent defender. Great passing.
Wide open. Cohill in the corner. And the Flyers are on top.
What an excellent passing team Dayton is. They make the right pass, not just the extra pass. They make the right pass.
Toppin now guarding Azubuike. And Aruna with a reverse, lost the handle on the way up. Dayton ball. And standing.
He's had Silver Sword.
Yeah.
Nelly Kush.
Dan Shulman, Jay Billis here. This is the championship game of the Maui Jim Maui Invitational. And Kansas goes back on top. A look inside and an easy 2 for Udoka Azubuike.
Great call out of the timeout by Bill Self. That's where you can't get caught on an angle. You have to play behind Udoka Azubuike. If you get on the high side of him, they're going to get an angle and throw it right to the rim on you. You play behind him, then you got a chance.
Right now, Abaji's come off of Toppin, and Aruna, the freshman, is on Toppin. Mikesell rises up for a 3, but he left it short.
Got to hit those because he's putting Udoka Azubuike into a ball screen and immediately popping off of it, and there's no way Azubuike's going to stay with him.
Brown gets inside. Another block for Toppin. And here goes Ibi Watson in transition to lay it in.
What a pass, what a finish. That's Toppin's 4th block of the game.
And at least 3 of them, maybe all 4, have been with a left hand.
And he's not even left-handed.
Azubuike, half minutes. And Dayton was nowhere close to being in the top 25. They're a ranked team next week, aren't you?
Heck yeah. I mean, who have you seen that plays harder and better 1 through 9 on the roster than Dayton? Not saying they're the best team in the country, but man, they can beat anybody.
They can play with anybody. Abaji and Aruna call for it. And some big time minutes for him in an intense game very early in his career, with Marcus Garrett going to the bench with 4 fouls.
And Aruna's skilled. He's long armed. He's got a wingspan of about 7 feet. He can shoot it. He's got a tough task right now, though.
That's why he's on top, and they've taken Abaji off him and put Aruna on top him. Crutcher can't shake Moss. Mikesell is wide open, and it goes.
Boy, that's just beautiful basketball. Great passing. Shot fake, put it on the deck, kick it. Just a great environment for basketball in this Lahaina Civic Center. Planet.
Kansas ball down by 4.
Biggest matchup right now is Devon Dotson being guarded by Dwayne Cohill.
Moss for 3. Oh, and tipped back up and in. I don't know if it was Azubuike or Toppin, but Azubuike will get credit for it.
Yeah, it was Azubuike. Just couldn't get him blocked out. Little zone look right now for Kansas. 2-3 zone.
That's gotten the attention of the Flyers. On the baseline is Toppin.
This is a very good passing team.
Watson for 3. And it's 7 o'clock Eastern time, and it continues at 9:30 Eastern. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and the Lakers are in New Orleans, AD's former home. Both games available on ESPN and the ESPN app.
And Aruna Bauer just plug and play. They play both ends of the floor, very skilled.
Toppin working hard physically, trying to keep Azubuike as far away from the basket as he can. He's given up about 50 pounds in this matchup. And here's a touch. Won't go. You know what? If you can keep him 4 feet away from the basket and make him do a jump hook, that's a win.
That's absolutely a win. And that's what we've been talking about. You got to play behind him. Now, the problem is you don't want to play him behind him. You got to push him away from the basket. Otherwise, he's going to post right under the rim. Back to man now for Dayton.
Mikesell the handoff to Watson. 7 on the clock.
He should drive this.
He'll take a 3 over Azubuike. And an empty possession right there for the Flyers.
Yeah, should have driven Azubuike.
Boy, Dotson never slows down. Never comes out. Never slows down. And Aruna for 3. And Moss with a weak side rebound.
Good pass.
And Aruna couldn't handle the pass. Azubuike's got it. When in doubt, into the big guy. Another jump hook and another miss from in tight. Crutcher. Oh, and he thought Toppin was going to keep on coming, and he didn't. Dotson at the other end with a floater to tie the game.
That little guy can get to the bucket.
Timeout.
Around by the pool.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Right. They lounge, and you go 94 feet.
Exactly. That's a long trek.
In the sand.
Back to the 2-3 zone. They're trying to screen the zone to get the ball along the baseline to Toppin.
Good ball movement. Tough shot, though, for Watson.
Really tough shot. This zone has really changed things up and given a different look for Kansas. Boy, Azubuike and Dotson are a combined 14 for 20 for 34 of Kansas's 54 points. That's pretty darn efficient.
Yeah, Azubuike's only 2 misses have come on his last 2 attempts, both on jump hooks. And he got that one over Mikesell and over Toppin to give Kansas the lead.
A little surprised that Dayton's not bringing a double. They were just relying on Mikesell being able to push him away, and then Toppin trying to block the shot.
Trying to go over the top for Toppin, and it's at Kansas. He's been on the bench for a while with 4 fouls. Dotson surveying the situation, finds Abaji over the top for Enaruna, threw it too high.
He should have shot it. It was a wide pin down followed by another wide pin down. Another bad pass. Really unusual to see Dayton throw the ball away like this.
Abaji coming back, picking up the steal. And now Crutcher comes up with one for the Flyers. Landers wide open on the baseline. The cutter is Toppin, and it's a chance for 3.
Boy,
Dayton by 1.
what a game. Oof.
And again, the entire game has been played in a 9-point range. Dayton hasn't led by more than 4. Kansas hasn't led by more than 5. Dotson driving and foul. Landers gets whistled for. Sports Center tonight after Lakers. ESPN. Another lead change. Kansas by 1.
Devon Dotson has been about as consistent as any guard in the country in this early season. He really hasn't had a bad game.
23 points today. He's drawn 7 fouls on Dayton defenders.
Toppin's at least 8.
In the corner, Crutcher bangs down a 3, and the Flyers are back on top.
Dayton can really spread you out, and they move the ball. The ball moves through the air faster than it does by the dribble.
Garrett, Azubuike, and a 2 for 3 today, and always in the mid-30s, it seems, over the course of his career. Tipped, but it's Dayton ball.
It's tough to rebound those because you don't get, oftentimes you're getting a long rebound. It's not a soft shot. Sticking with the 2-3 zone. There's space in the middle. Good pass.
In the corner, Crutcher's open, and another one. Back-to-back threes for Crutcher, and Dayton's got its biggest lead of the day.
And with the way they pass, the way Dayton passes, can Kansas stay with this 2-3 zone, or will they get picked?
At least one made 3 in this game. And they are up by 5 with 8:15 to go. Obi Toppin has gone to the bench. Udoka Azubuike has gone to the bench. Both coaches, it looks like, trying to take advantage of that timeout, get him a quick rest. Marcus Garrett back in the game, playing with 4 for the Jayhawks. And a turnover.
Well, Dotson was in such a hurry to take advantage of that matchup with Mikesell on him. He turned it over. Back to man now for Kansas.
He might shoot it. He will, and he'll bury it. He is fearless. He has deep range, and he knows he can knock him down. Ibi Watson.
Well, he had McCormick on him. That was his matchup, and when McCormick didn't come out, he pulled the trigger.
Abaji. Kansas needs it. They don't get it. Chase Johnson down with it for the Flyers.
And look at all the different handlers that Anthony Grant has on the floor. And this is with Chapman out of the game with foul trouble. He's got Crutcher running the point, but every guy on the floor, maybe with the exception of Chase Johnson, can handle the ball and initiate offense.
Again, they get the switch. Watson guarded by McCormick. What will he do here?
Well, he's up on him so he can drive it.
Lost it. Dotson. End to end again. He's unbelievable.
Just fearless taking the ball to the basket. It just doesn't matter who he's taking it against. One of the best finishers in America.
How about 9 for 12 and 25 points on the afternoon for Devon Dotson.
And Kansas has needed every single one of them.
Again, McCormick finds himself on Watson. It'll be Crutcher with a deep one this time. Ball's loose. Ball's live.
I thought
Vinny Grant not happy. Jayhawks will take the gift. Big screen by Azubuike. Garrett driving. Boy, is he good at that. I mean, when he decides that he's going to try to get into the lane and bank it home, he is tough to stop.
Well, and he's not a good shooter, but if you play off him, that actually helps his drives because he can take up that space against you.
Back down to a 4-point game. Crutcher wants a screen.
Got the switch. Now he's got Azubuike on him, and he's away from the basket. Give the ball inside.
Crutcher for 3. Kansas ball. Abaji. Garrett driving out of Mikesell. Now the kick. Dotson driving again, and he makes it a 2-point game. It's a career high 27 for Devon Dotson.
What a fabulous hesitation move. Just Kansas only has 4 team fouls, so the Jayhawks can still be aggressive without fear.
The fan base is competing almost as hard in the stands as the teams are on the court.
Smart play to get it into Toppin.
Abaji on it.
Not bringing the double.
Good look. Just couldn't make it. A chance to tie or take the lead.
Trying to get a ball screen for Garrett with Azubuike to let him turn the corner. Just never really got the screen set.
Obi Toppin, relatively speaking, has been contained here today. 14 points, 7 rebounds, 3 blocks, 5 for 9 from the floor. Nice look.
Pass.
And Crutcher.
That spot. You don't want to, when it goes in, I mean, I'm a little surprised they're not double teaming.
Ooh, an errant pass. Toppin, though, will run it down and save the possession, but then
throw it into the backcourt. They had not yet possessed it in the front.
Azubuike with Toppin on him. Nice look. And Garrett ties the game.
What a great pass. Double team came over. Azubuike realized it and got it right to Garrett. Perfect.
8-0 run, Jayhawks.
Every punch that each team has taken, they've had an answer. Does Dayton have an answer now?
Another turnover. For the moment it began.
And what a contrast. Kansas doing it inside, not only kicking it to their big guys, but driving to the rim. And Dayton has hit 14 of 29 three-point shots in this game.
You saw Chapman back into the game for Dayton with 4 fouls. Garrett's been great here in the second half, and he's played several minutes with 4 fouls. Dotson's just been flat-out spectacular all afternoon. Not this time, though, and the rebound down to Crutcher.
Boy, tough shot. I was surprised. It looked like Dotson was going to use that ball screen toward the corner by Azubuike.
And Toppin working hard, has to come out above the 3-point line to get a touch. Driving on Abaji, draws a triple team, and Azubuike may have gotten a piece of it. And Toppin's a little bit caught behind the play. They can't take advantage of the mismatch, though.
Chapman on Azubuike. Now switch back.
Bill Self calls out a play with 2:35 to go. Garrett. Azubuike. And one.
Key.
Can he knock down a free throw? 1 for 4 today.
There's still a long way to go in this one.
It's an 11-0 run for Kansas after they were down by 8, the largest deficit of the game. Chapman as Dotson slips, but he recovers. Mikesell with Azubuike on him at 5 to shoot. And number 3 on Azubuike. So the shot clock back to 20. And Toppin 4. He's done a great job today. Wins over Georgia and Virginia Tech. And now in a 2-point game with Kansas, make it 1. Kansas beating Chaminade and BYU to get to the championship game. Inside, 2 minutes to go. Dotson using yet another screen, yep.
Just for the isolation, the shake action to get the ball in the low post.
And another one for Azubuike.
Boy, Bill Self designing 2 straight plays to get the ball to Azubuike. First on the left block, then on the right.
20 points now for Azubuike. Chapman had been looking for a foul call, didn't get it, or did it? For 7 from the line today, 89% on the season coming into the game.
Yeah, he has always been ice water in his veins when he stepped the line. Remember last year when they played in Brooklyn, played Tennessee and beat Tennessee? I mean, he had so many big free throws down the stretch in that game.
Big miss there on the front end of a 1-and-1. Each team's got 1 timeout left. Mikesell over Azubuike, no. Follow, yes, by Toppin.
Boy, what a rebound and tip-in by Obi Toppin.
His 9th rebound makes it a 1-point game. We're into the final minute of regulation.
If they go inside to Azubuike, the question is, do you foul him and put him on the free throw line if he's got a shot?
Dotson with a crossover. Can't get it. Mikesell's got it for Dayton. About a 7-8 second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. The Flyers down by 1.
Smart move by Anthony Grant not to call a timeout.
It'll be Mikesell again. Azubuike got a piece of it.
What a block by Azubuike.
And they foul Dotson.
Offense collapses and you get a kick-out 3, that's fine. But you just want to get a quick score and extend the game.
And Bill Self will take Azubuike out of the game here. He'll bring Anaruna in.
You can set your defense.
Now Anthony Grant will use that last.
Right now there is not a shot blocker on the floor for Kansas.
Who will get the shot?
Got to go quick.
A forced 3. Yes! Crutcher ties the game. Out of bounds. Safety down by the 3-point line. Moss. Oh!
Well, spooky.
Kansas ball. Baji can't turn the corner. Garrett into Azubuike. And another touch, a little bit deeper. Up and in with a left hand to give Kansas the lead.
They just ran some ball screens to get it side to side, and then they were looking straight into Azubuike. He didn't have it right away and reposted. Just patient basketball by Kansas to get the ball into the big guy, who has delivered.
Toppin baseline. Pass is deflected, but it is
one dribble to the right shoulder with the left hand.
And an easy play on the inbound. Mikesell to lay it in and tie the game.
So many different options for Dayton. It's been more spread around for the Flyers. For Kansas, is mostly Azubuike and Dotson.
Again, a one-on-one with Toppin. Right back into him. And Toppin called for the foul, and that'll be not.
Pretend like I didn't hear that.
Wow. Mikesell for three. And nobody near the glass on that trip for Dayton.
Much tougher to knock down these threes this late in the ball game when it's been this hard played.
And remember, third game in as many days, right? Over the top. And the finish for Azubuike. He doesn't look tired.
Kansas has run that play several times. It's just a ball screen by Azubuike for Garrett on the elbows, and then that dive to the basket.
Mikesell, they needed that. Back within one. 3 minutes to go.
Pick and pop, so hard to deal with when a big guy is guarding Mikesell. Let's see if Kansas goes back to that same play again.
Boy, what a high-level basketball game in every respect. This has been here in the championship game in Maui. Right back into him. Over Mikesell and a foul.
Just no right shoulder with the left hand.
And he's made another free throw.
What a great performance by Udoka Azubuike.
He must be exhausted. Big fella's been working hard. He and Dotson each with 29.
And Kansas had to have it. It's not like anything less would have been good enough against a terrific Dayton team.
Chapman with a switch. McCormick on him. Mikesell trying to create a little space, and Moss called for the foul. Just a 53% free throw shooter on the line this year.
Terrific tournament. Mikesell's a really good player. Just knows how to play.
Azubuike getting a rest. For how long is the question. Both teams flying home. Everybody flying home. After the game today, there's going to be some good sleeping on those airplanes with the work these young men have put in here over the last 3 days. Baji.
Country over the years has done a better job of moving the ball from side to side than Kansas.
No attempt on the season, and he missed it. 1 of 2 3-point game.
Toppin being guarded by Marcus Garrett.
Mikesell driving on Azubuike and a foul. Points in overtime for the Flyers. Make it 8.
Down threes.
And Conley bury a couple of free.
Well, Landers at 6'5" has got Azubuike.
Wow.
Here comes that same play, the ball screen. They just switched it.
They don't want Toppin on him because he's got 4. Landers 6'5". I mean, as strong as they get, but Azubuike's 7 foot. What's Kansas going to do here?
Get it to the big guy.
Dotson with a burst of speed.
Wow.
You know, he explodes so quickly, and he still gets it up off the glass so softly. Switch. What does Crutcher want to do? He gives it up, gets it back.
You ought to shoot it.
He wants to drive it. And Azubuike got a piece. Landers missed the follow. Kansas ball. Boy, a big stop there for the Jayhawks.
And right now, Dayton's got to get a stop here.
Timeout, Bill Self. All over the court. We've seen a couple of guys not come out. Some career highs. Just been a spectacular game here in Maui. Garrett won't take the 3. Garrett will try to reverse it and somehow bank it home.
What a play by Marcus Garrett. How did he get to the other side of the rim?
The lead is 5. Ties the biggest of the game for the Jayhawks. Chapman is fouled on a 3.
Tap it back.
Toppin not in the game right now because they anticipate having to foul, and he's got 4. Cohill, they trap him down to the corner. They got a steal. But the layup won't go down for Crutcher. Garrett's got it and a foul.
But he guarded him enough. I think Bill Self was right when he said this is going to be a big boy game.
Yeah, it was. Still is. 4-point game. Couple of big free throws for the Jayhawks.
Just get it all the way to the rim. Kansas isn't going to want to foul.
Mikesell, and he is fouled. Down to a one-possession game. Missed them both.
Yeah, Devon Dotson was magnificent. Got to get a quick three.
Crutcher, not there. And that should do it. Spectacular game here in the championship in Maui.